Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got another great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal. Another fantastic meal for you tonight. She is an international certified speaker, a poet, author, an actress, philanthropist, and so much more. Let's give it up for Wanda Muir Oliver. Woo!
No, thank you so much, Millie Mills, Miss Mills.
You are very welcome. Thank you so much on this wonderful day for stopping by and chatting with us. You know how we like to kick the show off? Start out by asking our guests to tell us where they're from, your alma mater. And I see that you are a Divine Nine member of Delta Sigma Theta Maryland chapter.
Yes.
Say, look, we got to do I got the pinky, and you got the other. There you go.
The best sorority in the world.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. So, where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Philadelphia, but I've lived most of my life in Maryland. So that's my base. And I live outside of the city of Maryland. And I really like it here. So I've stayed here. So I haven't had the desire to move anywhere else, but I always visit home because mom is there and I have family there. So,
yes, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. Stay near close family. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And what's your alma mater? Where did you graduate from?
I graduated from Coppin University. When I attended, it was Coppin State. Okay. So now it's the university. It was a small college in Baltimore, in the city, but it has grown so much since I was a student there. They've added so many new buildings. I think a year ago they have a new business building there, and it's a really good school. I liked it because I wasn't a number there and my professors knew me. So that made a difference. You know, you had that kind of intimate relationship. And I liked that. And any help I needed, I could always get it. And the professors there were always willing to go the extra mile to help you, whatever area you wanted help in or assistance in. So
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing when you got that type of support.
Yes.
Is that an age? Is that in? I'm sorry. What did you say?
It makes it really makes a difference.
It does.
You know, people care, and of course, it's a predominantly HBCU.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Yeah,
it made it, special.
Yeah, I was checking out your bio. I love your website. It has so many little compartments and where you can learn so much about you. And I was reading in your bio, it says that you are more than just a name. You are a catalyst of change and empowerment. I love that. When you hear that description, how does that make you feel when you're being referred that way, Wanda?
Well, I think I believe that as you start getting older, you have gained so much experiences and you've had so many conversations, you've had so much travel, and all of that type of environment has not only taught me, but taught other people that in order to change things, you build up a different perspective from so many different angles, and you become wiser. And
Yes.
You know what needs to be changed and what doesn't. And I find that when I mentor children, that I'm able to really share with them so many different experiences so that they can walk in the right direction. So um, that's my how I feel about catalysts for change. So I think we all have that piece.
Mm-hmm.
All of us carry it one way or the other.
Yes. Can you give us a little background of your career and how the journey began for you, Wanda?
Oh, the journey began as a teenager. I was involved in the Girl Scouts. And of course, we would earn badges for so many different tasks that were put in front of us. And that helped a lot. And then my Girl Scout troop, we had planned for 2 years to travel cross country. So I learned a little bit of business because we had these Tom Watt kits. And the Tom Watt kits, we would have products in there. It could be a toenail clipper, it could be scissors, it could be a shaver for men, it could be, nail polish for women, lipstick, a lot of different products that we could sell as a fundraiser so we could travel cross country. So that was one of the things that I learned. And later on in the years, I became a leader as a Girl Scout leader. And then as a teenager, I worked as a candy striper. So as a candy striper, I learned a lot working in a hospital. So that was a lot of growth for me because I was being educated in the so many different areas for the heart. There was an area where people were getting a transplant or they were having problems with allergies and things of that sort. And so I saw how patients were being cared for. And I learned a lot about that industry. And then as I got older, with school, I became a lead Head Start teacher, and then I became a special ed preschool teacher. And I also worked as a case manager with the YWCA, which I loved. Working with previously homeless women and supportive housing. These were women who had mental health and addiction and some other issues. But my greatest joy was being able to see them where they were when they came in and when they left the facility to get their own place, how much they had grown and how much they were able to turn their lives around. So, and one of my degrees actually consisted of special ed psychology and special ed in 3 disciplines. So I just love the educational piece, the psychology piece, the social work piece, being able to work in the 2 different areas, individuals grow. And the kids were my joy. So I loved teaching.
That's so good. Yeah, kids are beautiful, and they make you feel all the love they do.
Yeah, they would make my day. Sometimes I would start laughing, and they would say to me, "Miss Wanda, why are you laughing?" and they're just so unripe. They just don't realize that they're funny, but the little
Yeah.
things that they say is just hilarious. They're
Yeah.
so innocent.
Okay, so who or what inspired you to become an international certified speaker? How did that come along?
Oh, well, I belonged to several organizations and I was always speaking to kids and things of that sort. Um, and I ran across a couple of people who actually were speaking professionally. And I said, well, I'm always speaking for free. And, and I love, speaking to kids and doing poetry and that kind of thing. So I said, why not? Someone said, well, I know where you can get certified in speaking, and you're able to do so many more things if you're certified or having a TED talk. So I'm not there with the TED talk yet, but that's one of my goals.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that TED Talk is amazing. I've seen a few people that I know who have been on there. Yeah, I would like to do that as well. That's so good. How do
Mhm.
you, when as an international speaker, how do you manage to keep your audience engaged during your presentation?
I like getting my audience involved, um, to get a feel for the subject matter
Mm-hmm.
and to see if it resonates with, my topic. Because if you got a good topic, you can engage people in, and people are learning from each other. We're all learning from each other. So
Yeah.
that's really helpful when you engage. I believe when you engage the audience, it makes a difference and people feel comfortable, they feel at home, you know. Um, so whenever I speak, I want people to be able to take away something, somebody in the room take away something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Yes, that's really great. How do you ensure that your speeches are kind of like tailored to, the specific audience or the event? Is there
Well,
any?
it depends on I guess the age group,
Yeah.
really makes a difference. Um, but if the topic is, on diversifying uh, a diversified group with
Mm-hmm.
struggles or some kind of issue.
Mm-hmm.
So the resolution is to find a solution to the problem that
Mm-hmm.
they actually have. And usually, if you can give those things, people feel that the conference was workshop was worth coming to.
Mm-hmm.
I did a workshop in Paris, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it
Okay.
was a diversified group. So I like the diversified groups
Yeah,
because they're different cultures, and uh, it's great
that's
working
great.
with different people.
Yeah, and that was going to be kind of like my similar next question. I was going to ask you, what is your most memorable speaking engagement and why?
Well, that was the one.
Yeah,
That one was the one. Yeah.
I can
Uh,
imagine. Yeah, Yeah, I can imagine that was a lot of fun. And on top of being a great international speaker, certified speaker, you serve your community. That's what I love too, how you serve, exemplifying the principles that you hold dear as a philanthropist. So, can you kind of elaborate on that, your role as a philanthropist?
Well, I growing up, my family, mother and father, always got us involved in service. So it was something that I had in my blood early on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, giving service, if it was volunteering with uh, cleaning up a street, or, volunteering to uh, teach, or mentor
Mm-hmm.
a kid who did not have
Mm-hmm.
what we had as a kid. Um, so my father was a teacher, and so he would always bring, at that particular time you could bring kids home. So he would mentor, especially some of the boys who were single parent, mainly the woman without the father being present. So, and then my mother with the Girl Scouts and all the other activities that I was involved in to help out. So it
Mm-hmm.
started early, and then as I got older, I got involved in organizations and things of that sort. So I did a lot for free,
Yeah.
um, speaking to children, speaking at the libraries, NCNW. There were leadership forums, speaking to people in the community who would come in to the library, and they would learn a lot of history about the organizations and some things outside of the organizations that they were unaware of. So uh, those were some of the things.
That kind of led to your philanthropy role.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, a lot more. Just off the top of my head, I'm trying to. But
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yes, ma'am. I can imagine. And in addition to your philanthropy role, you are a poet, an actress. Oh gosh. Tell us a little bit about both. Let's start with the poetry end. Can you kind of share just a little snippet of one of your poems with us?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. One of the ones that I know off the top of my head because it's a short poem.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is "God Opened My Eyes," but that's really long, and um, but the short one is, and what I always tell kids and students is that, all of us have a dream. So that's how I came about writing this particular poem, and I recite it a lot wherever I go.
Mm-hmm.
A dream is like a stream flowing within your memory. You have to catch it while it's moving in the right direction, like the wave of a tide coming in and staying alive until it reaches its final destination of rest. And then I usually break that poem down,
Mm-hmm.
and it really helps kids to have a conversation as to what is your dream, or what would you like your dream to be, or how many dreams do you have, and
Mm-hmm.
how do you catch it, um, and how do you keep it moving.
Yeah.
So, and what direction do you want to go in? Because when you look at, we start talking about the water and the waves of the tide. because the water and the tide changes. And that's usually how life changes. A lot of times things happen unexpectedly. And from that dream, I can get, you might have somebody on the water who's water skiing. And, they're not, they come across this high tide and then it moves them in a different direction. And then I get the kids are really engaged and they come up with so much stuff. Well, he probably was fearful because that tide was so high and it took him in a different direction. And then somebody else to say, but he kept riding the tide. It didn't matter, how hard the dream became, but he kept riding that tide, but he wanted to complete that dream. So he just kept riding that water until it reached, and that dream reached that final destination of rest. So I always tell the kids, you keep dreaming and you keep that dream alive until you reach it and it ends. Keep going until it ends, like that tide coming in and it rests. So
that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And then your acting career, I read on your website, you've been an extra for a couple of movies. You've been in stage plays. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was in a few movies. I was in a few plays first, and there were small roles. The Teacher's Lounge. I was the stage manager for 2 runnings of the play, and I also was the superintendent of schools. And it was a real popular play at several colleges. I don't know if you heard of Morgan State University and Coppin State University, and it was another place where, we performed, but it was a very successful play. There was another play. I was just a prostitute in that play, and it was a small role. And the other one, I was a disciple.
Oh, wow.
So that was a powerful play, an Easter play. And then I was in Multitude of Mercies. I was an extra in that particular movie, and the late
Malcolm Jamal Warner
actually was the producer of that particular play. And I don't have all the logistics yet, but I won't know until the end of May. I did find out that I have a speaking part in an upcoming movie, which will be in LA, but I won't have all the logistics of that until the end of May. But Lisa Nichols will be a part of that movie. I don't know if you heard of her. She was in The Secret.
Yes.
So, and some others. And Corey is the person who is the head of that particular movie. So it's called Enlightened Passenger. So
Passengers.
Yeah,
Kudos to you.
I'm excited about it because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Things are coming along for you, and you have a published book. Let me pull that up. I managed to find a clip on your website, you and Les Brown, motivational speaker Les Brown. Let's take a listen to it real quick.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Wanda Muir Oliver, and I am here with the legendary motivational speaker, Les Brown.
Yes, we have a special announcement for you. There's a new book that people are talking about it everywhere. It's called Rise Above. It will give you the keys on how to begin to rise above whatever challenges that life throws at you. You can get it online or in your local bookstore, and your story is in there too.
Yes, it is. I am in chapter 13, Bouncing Back from Faith. It's all about your mind, your body, and your spirit, and how you can be a life coach to someone else.
Make sure you go out today. This is your moment. This is your time. Rise above.
Rise above.
Love it. Good job.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
Thank you. Now, that particular copy, the copy that hasn't come out yet, is the cover is with Les and me.
Mhm.
And so it's been a little struggle, but it's coming. You know, it's been a while, but it's coming, and that piece is going to move forward. I had a little stumble on the road, but
Mhm. It's okay.
that's coming, and a poetry book that's already finished. I'm a little slow with getting it to the copyright office, so hopefully that will happen this month,
Mhm.
so that I can move forward with that piece. But and then I have my self-published book, which is Realities of Life, which is my brand.
Mhm.
And it took me 2 years to write that because I did it all myself.
Mhm.
And, I had the foreword was written by my mentor, Dr. Dorothy Height. And then I did The Queen's Legacy. And I gave kudos to some of the queens in our life. And one of my queens that was a part of my life, she's deceased now, but I talk about her in that particular. She was alive when I actually, wrote that particular piece. So that was a co-authored book. And then the other one was Your Deck of Success. And that was co-authored. And then there was another co-authored book of poetry. And trying to think, I believe that's it.
Okay. And then don't you have a podcast that you're about to release if you haven't already done so?
I haven't done so yet. It's taken some time.
It's okay.
But I just decided this year that I was going to do a podcast. But I'm hoping it's soon. I'm doing a playwright also, so I've got a lot on my plate
Yeah.
right now, but I like being busy
Yeah, me too.
and following my passion. So it doesn't feel like work to me
Yes.
because it's, the arts. I just love the arts.
Yes. We've had so much fun. I've enjoyed you being here. Before you go, any shout outs to anyone?
Yes, I want to say shout out to Angela. She was telling me all about Miss Millie Mills.
Oh, thank you, Angela.
And I was like, I can't wait to meet Millie. And
Thank you
so just a shout out to everybody who's listening. I appreciate you for having me here, and I enjoyed the conversation today. We had a few glitches, but that didn't stop us from engaging with each other. And I enjoyed myself. And the music, I was like bebopping with the music when it came on. So,
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Any last words of encouragement before we wrap up?
I just want to say, we as a people, especially, I say color, brown, black, whatever a person of color, that we're facing very difficult times. And it seems like there's another setback. But I just want to say, whenever we put God first, no matter what the enemy or whomever tries to stop us in our track, that we're strong. And as long as we focus on him and his word lives inside of us, can't nobody turn us around. So that's how I feel.
Yes, I love it.
It's only a season,
it's only a season.
But you know what it says? The first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Yes, it is true. And guys, if you're in Oklahoma during Juneteenth, don't forget to check her out. Wanda will be there for the Juneteenth event in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Am I right, Wanda?
Yes, I will be at, I believe it's Oklahoma State University. It's the satellite campus.
Satellite campus. All right. Well, you guys heard it here. Don't you miss out. Wanda, you are amazing. Thank you again for stopping by. Congratulations on all your success. My Divine Nine sister.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Sora. I didn't realize you were Sora until you put your finger up and
yeah. I'm on the other side. I'm AKA, but we're all family.
Yeah, my cousin, she's AK, so
yeah, all family. Well, guys, we'll see you back here next time on Bringing in the House podcast.